guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my everyday quarantine makeup routine. This is basically what I've been doing since we've been in quarantine. It's kind of like my everyday natural but full coverage makeup routine. As most of you probably already know, I struggle with a lot of acne and scarring, so this has been like my everyday routine that's really helped cover that but also not damage my skin at the same time, because wearing makeup every day isn't the healthiest thing for your skin. So I've found a routine that's a little bit more on the natural side but still gives me the coverage that I need. I wanted to share with you guys my updated routine. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and pushing through this quarantine. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with my everyday makeup routine. So my first step in my routine is putting on some sunscreen, and I've been using the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen, and this has SPF 40. I know right now we're not really outside much, but I still go outside to walk my dog and stuff, so I still have a little bit of exposure to the sun. But regardless, this is something that we should apply every day because it helps protect our skin from aging and also from scarring. So I've made this a part of my everyday routine. I love this sunscreen because it's so lightweight. It doesn't feel like it like clogs up your pores or anything. It's very lightweight and just like kind of invincible, really. That's why it's called Unseen. So now I'm going to go in with my base, and I have been using the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream. This is a color correcting full coverage cream, and it also has SPF in it, you know, extra sun protection. So I just put a couple pumps on the back of my hand. I like to go in with this brush, which is also from It Cosmetics. This little buffer part is perfect to apply this cream. I've been loving this instead of going in with foundation every day because I feel like it can be very, very harsh on my skin. So using a CC cream, something that's a little bit lighter, is more like, I feel like it's a little bit more beneficial to my skin. So that's what I've been doing, and I love the coverage of this cream. If you have any scarring or acne like me, this is the perfect like everyday cream, because most everyday creams like tinted moisturizers or even CC creams don't really have a lot of coverage, so it's not really beneficial to those of us who are struggling. But this one has the perfect amount of natural coverage. It doesn't cake up. It's just like the perfect everyday, and it applies so nicely. Like, look how that covered up my skin, and it made my skin look healthy. It gave it like a nice natural glow. Oh, I love this CC cream so much. It literally does exactly what the packaging says when it says Your Skin But Better. Definitely. Like, it looks like my skin, it looks nice and glowy, but it looks like I just have a layer of a good moisturizer on. Don't forget the ears. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with concealer, and I've been using the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. I really love this concealer for everyday wear because it is super high coverage, so it hides, you know, my bags, my Chanel bags, but it's also natural enough where it's not like super cakey. I just applied a little bit. I don't apply as much as I usually do. Like when I do full glam, I go ham on the concealer because I like looking nice and like beat, and I like my under eyes to look a lot lighter. But in this case, I just apply a little bit compared to, I know that doesn't look like a little bit to some people, but this is a little bit compared to what I usually go in with. So to set my under eyes, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I just like to grab it on a nice dense brush, and I just push it against my under eyes just like that, because I really want to get into those creases and crevices. And then I'm also gonna do that on my forehead, on my chin, and that's basically it. You see how like my under eyes aren't super duper bright? This is like the perfect concealer for every day because it doesn't give me that like super highlighted effect. It's just like a natural coverage. This is probably my favorite part of my everyday makeup step, and it's using this e.l.f. liquid highlighter. This e.l.f. liquid highlighter has vitamin E in it, so when I apply it onto my skin, it literally looks like it's my skin that's just glowing from within. Most liquid highlighters are really hard to blend into your skin. I've found that a lot of liquid highlighters leave like a streak on your skin, like if you use it on that area. But this one, guys, literally blends into your skin so nicely. Let me show you. So I'm going to apply some on my fingertip. I warm it up around my fingers a little bit, and then I just go into the high points of the cheek. I apply it like that on both sides. And then I use my beauty blender to blend it into my skin. And as you can see, no streak. It's just nicely blended out. Looks like a normal highlight, but I like doing this extra step every day because I feel like I'm all about that natural glow lately. I've been wanting something that's natural every day, not too like glam, and I feel like this gives me that perfect glow. Next, I like to go in with some creamed contour, just something that's really natural, really everyday. Again, I don't want to do too much powder, too many steps. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, and this is simple compared to my glam routine. So I go in with this I'm multi-stick from Mimi Box, and I just go very, very lightly on the cheekbone area, and then I apply a tiny bit up there on my forehead, just because I like a natural contour. I'm gonna go ahead and use a stippling brush to blend this all out. See, like you can barely tell I even put any on. This is like the perfect complexion because it's not too dark. It's like the perfect natural contour. Okay, so before going in with my blush, I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face. That MAC Studio Fix powder. This is the powder plus foundation, so this gives me a little bit more coverage. If you need it, this is a perfect step for every day because it's not as high coverage as like a foundation, but it's definitely like makes a difference on your complexion. So I like applying this after highlight because if I need to tone it down a little bit, it kind of gives it that the option to do that. So now I'm gonna go in with blush, and I've been using this ColourPop Super Shock Chic blush, and this is in the shade Between the Sheets. I love this because it's a nice mauve. I usually don't like super rosy blushes. I like some that are more natural, more on the mauve side. I feel like it's a lot more natural. So I'm just gonna apply that on the cheeks. Just gives you like a nice little flush of color. The only thing I'm gonna do, just because I want to be a little bit extra, don't usually do this for every day. I just go in with the liquid highlight, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a little bit of powdered highlight. I'm gonna be using the Dose of Colors Fuego highlighter. I'm gonna dab just a little bit. I just want like a little bit more of a highlight on the cheeks. Usually I just keep it like this, nice and natural, but I just want a little bit more of a pop, so I'm gonna do that. Put it on my nose and then on my forehead. One thing that I always have to do is I always have to go in with powdered foundation. I have to set my lids. Do you guys see how the concealer creases in there? That is like my biggest pet peeve, and somehow it always happens. Like even if I set it with foundation throughout the day, it would still crease, and it's like so irritating. I really don't like when that happens. For some reason it like, I don't know, it makes me feel weird. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. Not much has changed for my brows. I still use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. For my everyday brow, I'm not as precise. I kind of just shade in my brow instead of like focusing on shaping and cleaning up, just because I want something that's a little bit more natural. Usually when I do like full-on glam, I clean the outside of my brows with concealer. I go in a little bit darker with the pencil, but in this case for every day I'm kind of just shading in my brows just to give me a little bit more dimension to my face, because y'all know I barely have brows. All right, so brows are done. Super easy and super quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put on mascara. This has been like my go-to mascara for what I feel like literally years, like since I started doing makeup, just because it's perfect. It's the best mascara. It's affordable. It really gives you that volume in your lashes. It is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. So I just apply a couple layers to my lashes on the top and the bottom. Of course, I never fail to get some on my lower lash line, like right under my eyes. So I'm just gonna let that dry, pretend it's not there. It's gonna be gone in the next few clips. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my lips, and I've been trying to find the perfect nude, the perfect everyday natural nude, and I think I found it, but I might change it in the next couple months or so because I feel like finding the perfect nude is an ongoing journey. So I'm going to start with MAC Lip Liner in Oak, and I'm going to apply that just on the outer parts of my lips. I'm not going to color them in with this. I'm just going to line my lips with this. And this lip liner is like a nice nude brown which I like for the outer part of my lips. Then I'm going to go in with Maybelline's Beige Babe, and I'm going to apply this all over my lips. And together, that gives me like a nice nude. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go back in with the liner to kind of just emphasize the liner a bit after going in with the lipstick. I find that this kind of helps a little. And then I go in with the Maybelline 535 Purely Nude, and I place this right in the center, just a little bit, just to give me a little bit of dimension on the lips. And that's basically it for the lip. Sometimes I go matte like this, or sometimes I go glossy. So I'm gonna go ahead and go glossy today just because it's a nice day today. I want a little bit of like a summer pop, especially with like, you know, the glowy skin. So I'm going in with Buxom's lip gloss in Samantha, and I'm just gonna apply a light layer because I like the gloss to like seep through, but I don't like it to steal the shell. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna apply a little bit. All right, we're almost done. The last step is setting all of this. So I've been using the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. And this setting spray is perfect for like that nice soft focus touch onto your skin. Like it really makes your skin look much softer than it is. So that's why I like going in with this one, because I want to try to kind of cover my texture, my acne as much as possible. Yeah, that's basically it for my everyday quarantine makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this routine. Let me know down below some products that you've been loving during quarantine. And that's basically it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.